Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Earthbound. I am Atyrum, and in today's episode, I know I said that I was going to be heading back over to Tucson to bring Katie back to her parents, but I forgot that there is a cave here that we really want to make sure we do. You guys haven't seen this yet because I didn't go in here last episode, but between episodes I did a bit of grinding because when we get Katie, she's actually fairly low leveled. So I wanted to make sure that she's a high enough level that she doesn't get completely wrecked by anything that's in this cave. And as you'll have noticed in Happy Village, when I left the area, everything got unblued, and it's now all back to normal colors again. I wasn't sure if that would end up happening or not, but it did, so that's all well and good. But anyways, going through this cave, this is actually going to be an important location, as you'll come to see. And there were a whole bunch of enemies down here that just disappeared. I was kind of wanted to fight them, because I do want to make sure I show off every enemy in this cave. Luckily there's only 3 of them, and we just got a great charm, which we can go ahead and equip on Katie, because she does not have a charm item. And by the way, in order to equip an item, you do have to make sure it's in the proper party members. Oh, you're kidding! That's not what I meant to hit. Here's what I meant to do. I meant to go like this and hit give. I'm a moron. I'm such a moron. Okay, well now we can go ahead and fight these bat enemies right here. But yeah, if you drop an item, it's gone for good. And these guys called Mr. Batty, and there's actually 2 of them. So there's Mr. Batty A and Mr. Batty B. I don't think they can really do too much, so I think we're going to deal with the mole first. I'm supposed to show off some of Katie's PSI. She has a whole bunch of different PSI abilities. She's basically like a PSI fire, not a PSI, a PSI powerhouse. So you want to try out PSI Fire. It targets a row of enemies. So if enemies are kind of like the same distance from you and kind of lined up in a row, then you can hit them at the same time. It's fairly powerful, and as you'll come to see, the elemental PSI abilities. Let's go ahead and try out another one. Let's try out Thunder. The elemental PSI abilities, there's some enemies that they're better against, there's some that they're worse against, there's some that just don't affect at all. So PSI Thunder hits a random enemy, but it's also fairly likely that it will miss. It's kind of like a hit or miss kind of attack. As you saw, it's basically the same thing as Mr. Carpenter used on us, and yeah, so we do have to keep an eye out because Katie is fairly low on HP. Luckily we just took out those bats right there, but yeah, even though I did grind her up quite a few levels, I'm pretty sure she does start at level 1. She still is somewhat low on PP, or at HP. She has a decent amount of PP, so she can do a lot of PSI attacks, and yeah, so I did want to make sure she was grinded up to a decent level so that we wouldn't have too much trouble in this area. And that's the last enemy we have to encounter up there. I believe he's called the Mighty Bear. But yeah. And I made sure that when I came through here grinding, I did kind of walk through a lot of the cave here, but I did want to make sure that we save all the items for on camera so that I can drop them like an idiot. But regardless, anyway, here comes a Mighty Bear. We can go ahead and fight him right now. Funny little thing, but later in the game you actually meet a palette swapped version of this guy. It's basically like an alternative, like a more powerful version of him. It's called the Mighty Bear 7. Why Mighty Bear 7 out of all numbers? I don't know. I guess I just picked a random number there, but we should probably heal up Katie there, and let's go ahead and hit this thing with a PSI Freeze. We have Alpha and Beta. Beta is obviously going to be more powerful, but I don't think we really need that at this point, so let's go ahead and just use Alpha after we heal up Katie real quick and see what that does. When you hit somebody with PSI Freeze, it also has a chance to paralyze them, I think just for 1 turn. And that would prevent them from attacking if you are faster and hit them first. So that is a very useful thing to do. I don't know if PSI Fire really does anything. Oh, there's another level up for Katie. She got up to level 14. Was really looking for a bigger HP increase, to be honest. Because she could really use it. I'm going to go ahead and use life up here because we do have a butterfly. Does Katie need any life up? Doesn't look like it. Okay, that's okay. Then we're gonna get that. We're gonna get that PP back by interacting with this butterfly here. And yeah, as I was saying, I don't know if PSI Fire has any kind of other ability. And Katie took a hard hit in that battle there, so let's go ahead and life up real quick. But yeah, I don't think PSI Fire does anything else other than just target a line of enemies. Gonna have to fight this guy. Oh, and there's a level up for me, level 20. I did gain, I think, 1 or maybe 2 levels while I was grinding up Katie. Oh, and there's a big HP increase, but it's for Ben, who doesn't really need that. And also we're getting a phone call, probably from our dad. Yeah, because we've been out there a long time, blah-de-da-de-da. We don't need a break, that's okay. He basically just calls you, I don't know if I mentioned this before, he'll call you every so often if you don't save for a while, and we haven't saved at all in the game because I've been using save states. So he's going to basically be pestering us a lot throughout this game. So I think this way leads up to your sanctuary. Ooh. Oh, and that's oh yeah, because we do have 2 party members. It does count both party members' damage in terms of whether or not you can kill an enemy before they can hit you. So you can get those instant wins a lot easier. Okay, and we can get to that present from here, and I think we're almost to the end of this dungeon here. There's a PSI Caramel, or Caramel, I don't know. How do you pronounce that? Question of the day. Post in the comments how you pronounce it. Caramel or Caramel? So anyways, let's make sure we're topped off on health and everything. So PSI Caramel, whatever, will restore your PP. It's our first PP restoring item, but I don't think we really need it at this point. I think we are okay. We're all topped off on health. We've got all our equips up. I don't remember if I mentioned this, but I did get Katie equipped with items. Her defensive item instead of a hat is a ribbon, and her offensive item instead of a bat is a fry pan. And then of course you can also equip the bracelets just like any other party member would be able to do. So here we go. Here's our next Your Sanctuary location. I don't remember which enemy this is, because there's a couple of them I get mixed up sometimes. So this is going to be the Mondo Mole. Okay, so I guess that makes sense because we were fighting a whole bunch of moles earlier. Let's see. Let's go for a PSI Paralysis and see if that does anything. And also go for PSI Freeze and see if we can stop it for a turn, maybe. That didn't do very much damage at all, but we solidified it, and it was unable to move, so that's nice. Paralysis caused it to become numb, so now it's stuck and also can't move, so we are in a very good position. Let's go ahead and bash it. Let's try a different PSI attack. Maybe Thunder? And that missed. Yeah, like I said, it's very unlikely that it'll hit. And he threw up a PSI shield, too, so that's kind of annoying. Let's save my PSI for healing. I guess it did throw up that PSI shield, but we can try and knock it down. Let's try PSI Fire, see what that does. Okay, and the shield's still there. Okay, so here's what happens. I guess I didn't explain how paralysis works, because I kind of forgot until just now. But how it works, I need boosting his psychic shield even more, but how a PSI shield works is it prevents any damage from PSI attacks, and you can kind of like knock it down. It has a certain amount of health that you can't actually see, and it looks like he just got free too, I think. So let's go ahead and see if we can hit him with another paralysis. And then I'm gonna have Katie, well, he's boosted up his shield so much we can't really hit him with anything. It'll take a whole bunch of PSI hits to knock out those shields. And he's healing up. That's nice. Okay, so I guess we better go for the, let's just go for freeze a couple times and try and get rid of those shields. But basically they'll prevent all damage from PSI attacks until such point as you do enough damage to get rid of the shield, basically. It looks like we did do that. So let's go ahead and try Thunder again, see how that does. And it missed. Yeah, that's why I don't tend to use PSI Thunder. Also, I think I misread the text because I was scrolling it past too fast, but I think it just said that he's numb and he can't move. I thought it said that he was healed from his paralysis or something like that, like he became able to move, but I guess I misread that. I should probably pay more attention. I'm going to keep trying Thunder because he is stuck and can't really do anything. Okay, he threw up another shield at some point, I guess, or maybe I just weakened his shield earlier, but okay, yeah, we did end up taking him down. I think that paralysis, is that something, that might be something I actually saw someone do before. I can't remember for sure, but that might be, you know, because there's always a little trick to, you know, beating boss battles really easily. Ooh, and another level up, that's nice. But yeah, I think using paralysis on this boss is kind of his weakness. Ooh, and there's that HP increase for Katie, exactly what we wanted. But anyways, I think paralysis is basically like this boss's kind of weakness, and if you use it, it's basically the way to completely beat him and, you know, not have to worry about too much, because I don't think he has any offensive PSI. But anyways, this is Lilliput Steps. This is gonna be your sanctuary location. So now we got another sound recorded, and we saw a vision of a baby in a red cap. And there we go. Now we have 2 melodies. We're down. We got 2 out of the 8. So we are getting close. We're about a quarter of the way through. And yeah, now that we've beaten the boss, these guys are all going to run away from us as usual. But these guys are kind of in the way, so we're going to have to fight them. Okay. So now I don't think there's anything else that's real exciting on the way back. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and cut until we get all the way back over to Tucson, and then we can continue on from there. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a couple minutes here. And actually, before we get back to Tucson, I do have to pick up this present over here that I completely missed. It's just a croissant. I guess I didn't really need to worry too much about that. But anyways, I'll see you guys in a couple seconds. Alrighty, and we're just coming into town here, and we're going to go ahead and head over to the preschool, which is conveniently pretty close to the entrance to the town. Go ahead and return Katie to her parents. Is this her mother right here? Yes, we've saved Katie. She's really happy, and she's going to tell us that Katie can come with us because we could probably use her help. We could definitely use her very powerful PSI attacks. And she gave us something called a hand-aid, which I don't remember exactly what that does. Oh, here we go. Here's her father, so he's going to come say hi to us and thank us and all of that. Apparently, he knows about Katie's dreams about the boy that'll save the world, so he's like, oh yeah, sure, she can go on a dangerous journey to go save the world. So yeah, and apparently she has seen the future and knows that we're going to meet another friend when we reach Threed, the next town. So yeah, let's go ahead and head on out. And I think Katie's mother mentioned going over to Berglund Park because Everdread, the strange individual we ran into last episode, has something for us. Yeah, and this guy's going to repeat that for us. Did her mother say that? I mean, it's kind of hard to keep track of reading the text and also talk at the same time. And I don't tend to actually, you know, read the text out loud for the most part. So I thought I saw the name Everdread in Katie's mother's talks, but we're going to head over to his little house over here in the park. And he's got something to ask us. Apparently he's going to ask us to be his partner, but obviously we were going to refuse because he's like a middle-aged guy and we're a 10-year-old kid. And he was going to give us some money, but he can't keep the money anyway, so he's going to give us $10,000. So I guess that's pretty nice. And then apparently he's going to go find out something about the Manny Manny statue, which, as I said before, it's going to keep coming up, and we're going to see that again for sure. But yeah, so now the next order of business, I believe, and one thing just to note is that the $10,000 does not go into your actual money. It's actually an item called the Wad of Bills, so you don't actually get to go spend that on whatever the heck you want. Stray dog over here looks like it's probably the stray dog we saw at the beginning of the game, but I think the next order of business is gonna be going to Chaos Theater. I think so. I'm not 100% sure because nobody ever said, you know, what the next order of business was. Nobody told me what to do next. So let's go ahead and head in here and talk to this guy. Apparently the Runaway 5, the local band, owes the owner of the theater a lot of money. If we go around here and go ahead and show him our fat wad of bills, and he's not going to be suspicious at all that a 10-year-old kid has $10,000 just sitting in his pocket. Wait, what did he say there? I just missed what he said. Okay, let me do that again, because he said something. Okay, so he wants to talk about money. Okay, after this show. Okay, so we do have to watch the Runaway 5 concert first. I wasn't sure if you did the money stuff first or you did that first. We do need to get a ticket. Oh, right, there's a ticket counter at the department store. I was trying to remember where that is. Like I mentioned before, it has been a couple of years since I have played this game. And I didn't play this game as a kid, so I don't exactly have the childhood memories. Like, I don't know. I feel like some games that I've played on this channel have been games I played in my childhood, and therefore I remember stuff, a lot of stuff about them. But this game, I've only played through it, I think, twice. So let's go ahead and buy... Oh, so the tickets are all out. Okay, trying to remember what to do here. If I end up wandering around too much, I'll go ahead and cut this out, but we might have to go ahead and just talk to the Runaway 5 themselves, although I think we talked to them at some point already. Okay, this guy wants to meet our little girlfriend. Oh, he knows Katie. Oh, that's right, that's right. I remember this now. He did mention something about Katie when we first talked to him. And we got the backstage pass, so now we can go ahead and get interrupted by the photographer. Fuzzy pickles. Okay, and now we can go into Chaos Theater and go ahead and see the Runaway 5 show now that we have the backstage pass. So let's go ahead and talk to this lady, and I guess we have to pull it out and actually show it to her. I kind of wish you could just talk to her. I mean, that's just the way the items work in this game, you know. Like when we saw the giant iron pencil that we had to actually, you know, use the item on. You had to actually go into your inventory to do it. I kind of wish you just click on it and it could give you a little prompt that says, "Do you want to present the ticket, or do you want to use the item?" But oh well. This guy is lamenting the fact that he doesn't have room to show off his favorite dance moves. Yeah, a wide variety of people around here. We got a clown up there for some reason. This guy seems to think we shouldn't be talking to him because he's an adult and we're little kids. And this clown isn't very impressed, obviously. And this is the girlfriend of the boy that was outside who lost his ticket, apparently. And this guy believes that the Runaway 5 is going to be a world-famous band someday. Maybe. Okay. We'll stay away from that guy. So apparently this lady likes to sit really close to the stage because she likes to get spit from the Runaway 5 on her. Some people are just a little crazy. And this lady thinks we're a little annoying because we're running around talking to everybody. Do I like baseball? I suppose. I knew it. Your cap. I guess we are wearing a baseball cap. Lucky of the Runaway 5 told me I could go backstage, but I don't have a pass. Oh, hey, we have a pass. Okay, we don't really get an option here, but, you know, there's no downside to doing this. And also, I probably should have finished talking to everybody before I talked to her. So we go ahead and go in here, and it doesn't even prompt any dialogue. She just kind of walks in and just starts kind of standing around. And she's super excited and all that, but, you know, nothing's really happening. Like, what's she doing? Like, is she interacting with the band members? Is she getting to know them? Is she getting autographs? And the lead member of the Runaway 5 is telling us that, you know, they owe the theater like $10,000, and conveniently we have $10,000 that Everdread just kind of randomly gave to us. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and finish up talking to all of these guys in here. They're basically all lamenting the fact that they don't have enough money and they can't afford to leave. So now we can go ahead in and see the show. So once we exit after going backstage, the show starts, and for some reason all of those people that we saw over here before seem to be disappeared. Nobody seems to be in their seats. They're all just gone for some reason. I don't know exactly why that is. So anyways, you get treated to a nice little short concert. I'll try to shut up through most of this, so if you do want to actually listen to it, you can. And that's it. And the lights will come back on, and I think everybody's gonna reappear. Yeah, we get a little fade to black, and all the people who were watching the show reappeared. And yeah, we go and finish up talking to these guys. I think they all say the same thing after the concert. Yeah, this guy's gonna ask us about baseball. So we did get a chance to go and talk to the last couple people we didn't talk to before the concert, so I guess it's not that big a deal if you forget to do that before you talk to that one little girl there. Anyways, we can go ahead and head out here, and then we can, now that the concert is over, we can go ahead and talk to the manager of the theater here and give him the wad of bills so that the Runaway 5 can get free. And as for why we are doing all this, I suppose I didn't explain that. All of a sudden, you know, I just came over here and watched this concert and gave this manager a bunch of money to free this band. And you guys are probably wondering why the heck I'm doing that if you haven't played this game before. But here's the deal. The next town, Threed, is kind of haunted. And therefore, if you try and get there normally, if you try and walk there, or if you try and take the bus there, a bunch of ghosts will kind of show up, and you'll basically get teleported back to Tucson again. So in order to get there, apparently, the way to do that is to scare all the ghosts off by playing really loud music. So we're going to join up with the Runaway 5, jump in their tour bus there, and they'll get us through the tunnel to Threed, so we gotta go and pile on in. It looks like kind of a small bus. I don't know how they fit all their instruments and all the members of the band, but I don't know, and us. Hey, sidewalk, get out of my way. Alright, so now we're going to head down the road. Of course, they're blaring their music and having a good time and all of that. And yeah, I actually never did head down that way towards that tunnel. I suppose maybe I should have shown that off. But I guess, I think if you try and leave Threed to the next town, it might do it as well. Until you resolve certain problems that are going on in Threed, which we'll learn about as soon as we get there. Oh, and there's a present up there I didn't get. Well, I guess I will be coming back here at some point and walking through this area. I think there probably are a couple things, and there's also that guy, I don't know what he says, but we might want to go talk to him to get the dialogue from him. Anyways, here's a couple of ghosts that are going to start popping up. This guy's going to follow us a little way, and then he's going to be like, you know what, that loud music is too loud for me. I'm just going to, you know, peace out over here. And then there's these two ghosts, and there's that ghost right there, and they're all just like, you know what, I'm not going to mess with these guys, and they just leave. And we head through here, and it's actually really dark in Threed. Even though it seems like it's only like a mile away at most. For some reason, it's a lot darker here. I don't know how that works, if there's like a lot of clouds around, or if it's suddenly, you know, nighttime. I don't know. But anyways, I think this is going to be where we end the episode off. We went ahead and got to the next town here. Obviously, it's a very gloomy-looking place, and the Runaway 5 are on their way over to Foreside, which is the next town after this one. I say town, but Foreside is more of a city. But anyways, this is Threed. Kind of a creepy, gloomy kind of place, but we'll explore this place more in the next episode of Earthbound. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.